Hello, I'm Teha and welcome back to another end of the month keyboard news video. If you guys haven't watched last month's news video, I highly recommend watching it as, oh boy, the Mechs Co Saga continues. But first, starting with the biggest news, Corsair has acquired Drop. They've acquired the drop.com website, brand, business, community, and all its staff, which therefore means that, as odd as it is to say now, GCAC is owned by Corsair now. Yes, for those who are unaware, GCAC was acquired by Drop back in 2018. When the Drop acquisition occurred, many members were scared that Drop would pollute GCAC with their own product advertisements and agendas, but surprisingly and thankfully, GCAC has remained untouched by Drop. I hope and believe that Corsair will do the same and remain hands-off for the time being, but only time will tell. It's highly unlikely Corsair cares for GCAC as it's an entirely different market from the types of customers they currently cater to, but my biggest worry is whether they'll end up eventually shutting down GCAC due to it not providing any business profit or incentives. I do hope though that maybe with this acquisition, Corsair has some long-term plan to revamp their keyboard catalog to be more than just the stereotypical gamery keyboards, as I personally am all for these major gaming keyboard brands improving their keyboards, but I have a feeling this might be too big a wishful thinking. Next, onto some meetups that are happening in August, next month. Novel Keys will be hosting the keyboard meetup for the third consecutive year now, and I highly encourage people to attend if they can, considering it is hosted by one of the bigger vendors in the hobby. They've always had awesome breakout sessions, and this year is no exception. Definitely check them out if you are attending. There will also be meetups in Melbourne, Australia, as well as in Chile. I'll have links to everything mentioned down in the description box below. And for anyone who does take pictures at meetups, feel free to share them in the Types Discord. I do have a monthly news channel where viewers can submit upcoming news, and we do enjoy living vicariously through the pictures and videos that attendees take, so feel free to share those as well. Mr. AI03 was kind to share the photos he took at the Tokyo meetup this month, and I highly recommend going through this album, as the Japanese community, honestly, they're on like another level when it comes to Galaxy Brain creative keyboard builds. I'll share my favorite keyboard build that I saw, which featured sliding adjustable columns, which isn't necessarily new, but also featured sliding adjustable key clusters. Reddit user SidSerene91 made a post detailing a list of GMK sets that appeared to have crooked 1.5U Alt and Control keys. And it turns out a lot of sets shipped this year are affected, and GMK has made an official statement confirming this. It looks like the MX Stem tool in question responsible for this was already decommissioned some time ago, but GMK is looking into exactly what sets were affected and will be working with the lead vendors of the respective sets to offer replacements. So please, respectfully, email your vendor if you believe your set is affected and would like a replacement. But keep in mind, the vendors won't be able to help until GMK has finished their investigation and sent them replacements. Some quickfire product mentions. Monokey lands a collab with Jujutsu Kaisen? What? One of my favorite animes, so definitely don't miss out on this pre-order if you're a weeb like me. Gion Daddy ran the Glare 65 this month, and the F18X V2 will be in stock at the end of this month. GMK Tuesday, a very successful set that ran 2 years ago, is finally shipping. The Mode Envoy, which you can check out my review video of, has also started to ship and will go up $30 in price starting August 1st. So if you'd still like to purchase one at pre-order prices, consider doing so quickly. F-roll list layouts are quickly becoming the flavor of the month, as we have seen the Pluto and Cycle 7 pre-orders this month. And finally, the Type K is very near, as I and several other creators have finally received prototypes. Be sure to follow the Types Twitch channel to make sure you don't miss the initial impressions and build stream. Now, for the Mechs Co Saga, oh boy, where to start? Earlier this month, moderators of GCAC, RMK, Mech Market, and Mech Group Eyes tried to get in touch with Mechs Co to see how they could help with the situation. And while Mechs Co seemed fairly silent, they did provide a list of all the outstanding products from them, and it looks pretty bad. Yeah, there's a ton of unpaid projects, and I don't really know what to say other than gross negligence of finances and decisions based on this list. The owner of Savis, one of the people who originally helped uncover the whole Mechs Co ordeal, also was promised some updates and information from them, but like the rest, was met with unfulfilled promises and a one-sided conversation. Things then take a weird and bad turn, however. The comment section became Reddit at its worst. Thank you to the mods for removing them, as no matter how unsatisfied you may be in this situation, or any situation in life really, harassment of this degree is never the answer. TLDR, Redditors started digging into the LinkedIn profiles of the Mechs Co founder, found out where they worked, and began to contact and harass their employer, and potentially even some of the clients of the employer, who are, by the way, completely unrelated entities that hold no responsibility in any part of this. Ultimately, the employer came forward announcing that they ended up letting go of the Mechs Co founder, but come on guys, I get that people are angry and want resolution, but this solves literally nothing and is crossing the line in my opinion. Needless to say, people are getting fed up with many aspects of the hobby, and lately the legitimacy of vendors and group buys have been coming up again. This is definitely a topic that is way too long to cover in this video, but maybe we can start a healthy discussion down in the comments below. On one hand, I do appreciate that the moderators of several forums are stepping up to try and do something good for the community, but on the other hand, it is also a lot of power for online moderators who really have no way of being kept in check by the community. Should there be a system for legitimizing vendors, and if so, what would that look like? Should group buys still exist with how big the hobby has gotten? Let me know down below and I'll try to address some of these in a future video. But that's it for this month's news. Until next time, see ya nerds.